Beam me up, Scotty. Beam me up, Scotty.
Found anything yet? Nothing yet, sir. How about you? Not a thing, sir. What about you guys? We ain't found shit.
UFO Sports is brought to you by DSO Media and is a distinctive drip production. For more exclusive content, be sure to follow CARM, Terrence, and JD Oracle on all social media outlets.
What's going on, everybody? It is UFO episode 2. Not like the pilots. I got my people with me today.
What up? We hear your name, same spot.
What up? What up, T?
What up, man? You know, it's kind of sad, but you know, it's cool. Y'all got the little series. We're gonna talk about it though. What up, world?
Don't be mad. Don't be salty. Don't be salty. Man, so today, man, we got a heavy NBA episode, your WNBA episode, man. We're gonna jump right into it. Our weather has been really crappy too here, so it's like raining, so we might be a little spotty today, man. I'm sorry about that. But we're gonna jump right into it. We're gonna hit the Lakers, what they going through right now. And I know that's Terrence guy. We're gonna hit Brooklyn Nets, we're gonna hit Knicks Suns, we're gonna hit Milwaukee, and we're gonna hit my Sixers minus Joel Embiid. And we're gonna hit a little bit of Dame time. We'll go a little bit into Dame time and see what Dame got. So we're gonna start here, man. I'm gonna start with you, Terrence, man. Terrence, bro, your Wizards came against my Sixers, and you thought y'all was gonna, do your thing. We got to a little bit of a skirmish in the text message. You know what I'm saying? We got a little reckless. So
yeah,
how you feeling now, man? How you feeling right now?
I mean, come on. I mean, I thought we was gonna put up a better fight. You know, I mean, what can I say, man? Like, it's crazy. If you really don't watch basketball, if you really just go by stats, you really don't know basketball. Because if you look at Westbrook's stats, it was like, yo, he was balling. If you watch the game and how many turnovers and mistakes he was making, I'm like, yo, like, this is the reason why we're losing. Like, yo, we really had a chance. We had a chance in game 1. And the final score from yesterday was bad, but we had a chance. Boy started just turning over the ball, like, man, just like Bradley Beal was doing some mistakes too. I ain't really expect. Like, man, you trying to hold the ball while you're getting triple team, pass the rock, like, because that's all they was doing. They was triple teaming Bradley Beal because he the scorer, and nobody else couldn't nobody else couldn't do nothing. I mean,
that smile like a Chester cat. Look at she grinning like a Chester cat.
I mean, it does show. I mean, if you want to go by yesterday, yeah, y'all smacked us. But for real though, y'all really need Joe Embiid, or y'all might get swept next round. I'm just keeping it real. Y'all right. Either y'all gonna get swept or y'all gonna win one game. Cause Capella, he good down low. Y'all were probably telling you, bro. I'm gonna keep it real. If y'all don't have Joe Embiid, y'all will get swept, or y'all only gonna win one game.
He said keep it. Did he say keeping it real?
I don't know what he's talking about. I think it's like some kind of like a discrepancy among our fees.
Yeah,
I don't know what he's saying.
He must have been saying
come on, no, like let's really talk ball. Let's really think about it. If y'all don't have Joe Embiid, y'all are done. Y'all won't win that series.
That's Hey Jay.
What up?
He's always getting hurt. Yeah, he is always getting hurt. That's the fact.
Yeah, and
so we didn't have to play without him before.
Right.
You're right, J. Crew. If he's through the Sixers are through. But I mean,
listen, I'm gonna start utilizing this mute button on Terrence, dog. Listen, I'm gonna let you take it first. Go ahead. I'm gonna let you talk about it first. I'm gonna get into it.
Okay, so if you just think about the Hawks and their defense, just defensively, we're way better than them. So defensively, we can lock them down. If we lock down Trey, that locks down their whole flow of the offense. Trey is obviously their point guard. He is like their shooter. Obviously, they got Bogdanovich. Don't sleep on him. He's a shooter. They got Collins. They got Capella. You know, the 1-2, Trey and Capella, all that. And that's fine. I'm not saying that they're not talented. But in comparison to the Sixers' talent, I don't think they compare. They don't light a candle. With or without Joel, I think the way our team, like our players and the pieces that we have, we're running up against their pieces. I think our pieces crap on their pieces. Just with our vet presence, just with our presence, with our experience playing together in terms of actually having a playoff experience before. Like the Hawks, like this is their first time in the playoffs since
ever.
Yeah, besides that run they had when they were like the best in the league and they kind of just blew it. Remember that when Bo Horser was their coach?
Oh, I don't remember nobody else on the team.
Well, yeah. So that was a while.
They played the Wizards. I think that was that year they went to. I think they went to the conference finals that year.
Josh Smith.
Yeah, Josh. They had like the best record.
They beat us. They beat the Wizards that year with Wall and Paul Pierce and them.
Everybody beats you guys.
But like, if you think about it, besides Bogdanovich, Collins, Capella, and Trey, I don't know who else is on their team.
You ready for this? All right. You know what? I'm gonna stop. I'm not even gonna hold you. I'm not gonna hold y'all. Let's just talk about it. Anytime Curry can get to 30 on you, like, come on, bro. Like, we're talking about a team that has a team full of little gems and little nuggets. Anybody can go off on you at any given moment. Like, to be honest, being 100, Atlanta can't play no defense on no damn body. So they can't stop nobody either.
Capella and Tony Snell, they like one. Tony Snell, he locks you down. Don't sleep on Snell. Y'all, you know Tony Snell. Stop playing, man.
But like that's fine and well.
He not Bruce Bowen, bro.
Our whole team is more defensively solid. Think about the Sixers. Joel, Ben, Thibault.
We're not talking about Joel. He might not be playing.
Listen, why we even say even if he don't?
It doesn't matter.
If you don't, y'all are finished.
If you haven't watched, I don't want to speak wrongly, but I don't think you watched a lot of Sixers games.
He don't.
No, I watched that series.
The series
without Joe Embiid.
In the season.
Without Joe Embiid, y'all don't function. I'm telling you.
That was one game.
We functioned well enough last night.
What you mean one game? The game one when he was in foul trouble, we was up because he came back. Because he came back in the game.
Because he came back.
Hold on, let me say this real quick.
If he would have went out. If he would have went out game one,
y'all had to cheat to win. Like the game was legitimately, y'all almost got beat by court laws. Like and
you didn't cheat last night. All those fouls, even the commentators was calling it. You know y'all was fouling us, man. Stop playing.
The whole series has been called back. The whole series they've been nitpicking and calling dumb calls. The whole series. So I'll give you that with the series. They've been calling back calls on both sides. But that doesn't mean that last night y'all wasn't holding the candles. Y'all got Russ, Beal, like this 1-2 punch. Y'all wasn't doing nothing. Ben didn't even shoot. Ben had dropped 19, triple double. Like, and he dropped 19. He was a 5. Y'all still wasn't doing nothing. What were they doing?
I'm just gonna tell you.
Yeah, because I told you Westbrook was turning the ball over.
That's not my fault.
I mean,
everyone wants to ride the coattails of Mr. Triple Double, this, that, and the third. That's fine and well. He gets over 10 points and rebounds and assists. But in terms of how he gets there, it's messy, and I don't think it helps his team personally.
Yeah, Trae Young not messy. Trae Young not messy.
Listen, Trae Young is not enough, dude. Like all they got. The difference between us and the Knicks is we got Ben Simmons and we got Thibault. It don't matter about the rest of the bumps. Thibault, he locks in everybody. Bro, come on.
I don't even agree with that. You can't compare us to the Knicks. The Knicks don't have anything offensively, really. Julius Randle doesn't have the experience.
Julius Randle didn't even show up.
He hasn't showed up. He didn't show up that whole series, and he doesn't have experience being like the go-to offensive person. So he kind of his inexperience hurt him. But the Sixers, we have people that will offensively show up when they need to. If Tobias really needs to, he shows up. Tobias, Ben had 19 last night. Seth Curry had 30, dropped 30 on him.
So did you expect
he won't drop 30? He won't drop 30 again.
Yeah, all right. That's what you said.
He didn't done it before. What did you? The thing about the Sixers is it's a different person every game.
Let's keep it real.
It could be a different person.
It's the next man up. It's the next man up. If Joel's not playing, it's the next man up.
Who's the next man? Dwight?
Whoever was on the here's the thing. You're focusing on specific players. This is a team sport. It's about who's getting the points. It doesn't matter if someone is dropping 35, dropping 40.
It ain't about the team sport because y'all
it is about the team sport. It's about the team playing defense, and it's about people stepping up offensively. It doesn't matter who steps up offensively. Someone does it. So you can talk about Trey all day long, but if 3 players on the Sixers all step up, no matter who they are, say it'd be Korkmaz, Tobias, and then Seth, and then y'all got Trey scoring 40, we still gonna win. So it doesn't matter.
But Donovan's gonna get hot. Capella, that 1-2 punch, he gonna work. Like, come on, Collins, like, man, y'all
Trey's
sleeping.
not hot. Capella's not hot.
Y'all sleeping because they young.
Oh, listen.
So now they're young.
I don't care how young they are. I promise you.
That's what y'all talking about.
I didn't say that was young. I mean, I said that they don't have that much experience, but you saying now they're young. Now that the excuse is that they're young.
There's more experience on our bench than there is on their entire team. Like, there's more experience. Just hell, Maxey got the same amount of playoff experience as they do.
I mean, if you want to be honest too, I don't know how Trey's going to be this series, but how Trey was with the New York and how he was with the fans and all that talking, all that.
Yo, he's not coming to Philly doing all that.
Like, that's not going to fly with the Sixers. Like, they're going to shut him up.
He might get with some popcorn.
I don't understand. I'm looking at the numbers. Collins had 22. Your man Gallinari had 21. Like, don't act like no other boys ain't gonna give you buckets. And Gallinari, he does have experience. He has experience.
So why are you a Hawks fan now? You just hating on the Sixers? Like, since when you became a Hawks fan?
Because like when you get
I'm not hating on the Sixers.
That's what you do.
And I'm not hating on the Sixers. All I'm saying is y'all can't function without Joel Embiid. And it shows.
I don't think that's true because when Joel was out during the season, we functioned fine. We were on the street. We won some games. We didn't fall to the wayside. So we're still number 1 seed because.
Season?
But here's that matters because that shows how we play when he's not in. And he didn't play for a significant amount of time, and we still remain the number 1 seed.
Still remain the number 1 seed.
So obviously we didn't fall to the wayside just because he was out. That's my point in saying that. And just because in Joel he was out one game, the other day we lost. Fine. But that first game when he was out and in, we still won, and that was just one game, and we had the gentleman's sweep. So what about it?
He won out game one. He won out game 1. He came back in game 1.
He was in and out.
He was in and out because of foul trouble.
He dropped 30 points. He won't in and out. Stop it.
Yes, he was. First of all, he scored so quickly in the fourth quarter. He just dominated.
Listen, my thing is, I'm okay with whatever. Terrence, you know what? You're right. I'll give you that. You're right. It's going to be extremely hard for us to get past the Atlanta Hawks without Joel Embiid. But I will do you one better because at a 12:50 on this show right here, we're going to make a gentleman's bet. And you know what that gentleman's bet is going to be? Are you ready?
Yeah.
After Atlanta is gone and we make it to the conference final, I'm going to send you a nice, beautiful 76er hat. And I want you to rock it. And I don't want you to be saying nothing about the 76ers ever again. Like, you're just blasphemous because that's what you do.
That's only a Joel Embiid.
Joel Embiid does not need to play, bro. I'm telling you, he's
going to play because
he may, but he don't need to.
He's
not
going to play.
in this series. I don't think it's a problem.
That's the problem. He's going to play because they know, Philly knows. If he doesn't, you guys are done. He's going to play.
That's true. I don't think that's true. Not with this
series.
You know what
he's going? He's baiting us. He's baiting us.
Right. Not with this series. I don't think that's true. If he does play, cool, but I don't think we necessarily are going to be like blown out if he doesn't play. Now, next series, whoever we play, we definitely need him. But this series, not necessarily.
And I'm down with that. How about this? This is what we'll do. We're going to talk.
Wizards wasn't supposed to win a game. You said they were going to get swept.
Let's talk about this. You did. A gentleman's sweep is still a sweep, dude. That's why it's called a gentleman's sweep. You won one game, bro.
You said we were going to get. You said we won't win in no game, bro.
No, but he did say it's going to be a gentleman's sweep. He did say that. I'm not trying to take sides. He just a
gentleman's sweep means you win one game, and you barely won that game.
Stop it. You were scared yesterday and game 1. Don't give me that.
Who was scared? You know what? I'm not doing this.
Listen,
here we go. You know how aggressive he get when we talk about this. Let's talk about the flop team.
I'm sorry. One more thing. You know why he was scared, CARM? Because when they was whooping our tail game 3, he was talking the whole game 3. Last night he wasn't saying nothing. The man was biting his fingers. But I'm
Bro,
done.
I got all my nails, buddy. But I'm gonna tell you this. How about this? Let's talk about your boy, the Flop King, King James.
Yo, Jay, I'm glad you're enjoying our comedy. We're getting
Yes,
heated over
sir.
here.
I don't know what
listen,
Flop. I don't know
King.
who Flop. I don't know who Flop King is. I don't know who that is.
Three goals. I saw 3 goals. I just shot the one in the middle.
Oh my God.
Walk out 5 minutes.
Listen.
With 5 minutes left.
The LA
Did he win?
Lakers, here's my thing.
Did he win the
Go ahead.
game? I'm sorry.
They did win the game.
They haven't been winning lately. Excuse me.
Okay.
Huh? No, now, Terrence, you can't get quiet on me now. I want to know, what is your excuse for the Lakers being buns right now?
They don't have AD. What are you talking about? Stop it.
So they
man.
30. So AD gonna pour in 35. What they got? I guess they got punched in the mouth by 35. He would do something about that.
Come on,
Or the Suns is better.
You know AD is a big factor, bro. Just like Joe Embiid is. If they don't have AD and y'all don't have Joe Embiid, those teams are not winning, bro.
It's funny how we just beat our team without Joel Embiid, but yet the AD did not play, and the Lakers got
You played the
mollywhopped.
AC, and we was missing Bertans. Bertans out 4 to 6 weeks. He went out the same time your man's went out.
Bertans was trash until the last 2 games, bro. Come on, be real. Be real.
I mean, yeah, but he was trash. He was. I was even.
Just let it go. It's cool.
Dude,
I was even telling you that, but they giving him $85 million. He's important to the team.
Listen, I want to talk about LeBron. Stop going back to talk about old stuff. Let's talk about LeBron.
Sorry, bro. Okay.
Talk about LeBron. What is next for LeBron? Because clearly this is probably over for him.
Here's the thing. You can say that, but if there's any team with LeBron on it, I'm never going to count them out.
They done.
So I don't think here's the thing. LeBron is going to have a monster game. Is the game tonight?
Tonight. He going for
tonight?
He going for at least 35.
LeBron has to have like a
20 on.
monster. But here's the thing. I think it's about a morale thing too. I think the Lakers are just kind of like, they're just confused. AD kind of went out suddenly, and they're on their high from their championship. They thought that these rounds is going to be kind of like, we're going to be rolling to the finals.
Until you run into Phoenix.
Right. But now the Phoenix is legit. Phoenix is a well-rounded, good team. They have CP3. Like, CP3 getting injured in that game, I think they would have won that game if CP3 didn't get injured. So the Suns are hungry and ready. And the Lakers, I think, were trying to ride the wave. And now AD got hurt, and they're kind of like, oh, crap. But LeBron is tired. Like, LeBron has to carry them now. Because Schroeder, right. I mean, Schroeder has 0 points. He had 0 points last game.
Schroeder won $100 million for 0 points.
And here's the thing, Schroeder is like, I like him.
What are you talking about? You have Tourette's.
I'm 36. Where's tired, bro? He's 36. I'm 36.
Listen, check this out though. But you don't say what pissed me off about LeBron is, y'all right know I love LeBron outside of basketball. I love everything he does outside of basketball. I'm a big fan. On the court, could do without him.
So were you upset when he walked off?
I was pissed off about him walking off on the squad. And I was pissed off about him saying he's going to put the team on his big shoulders. And that's what his shoulders was made for. You see these shoulders for carrying a team. Well, you carried the team right to a 30-piece loss. That's what you did. You carried them right to a down 3-2.
I mean,
he can do all he can do. I'm being honest. LeBron can go out here and score 55 points like Dame did, and it'll be the same result that Dame had the other night.
Right, because defensively,
it wouldn't be the same result it wouldn't be the same result if a motherfucking like Schroeder denied $84 million from the Lakers and he came in and give you 1 point and he gonna say, "Oh, you need to give me more than $84 million and you can't give me 1 point."
Terrence is going off tonight. Terrence
tell us how you really feel about it, bro.
He chose violence.
Schroeder.
Like, come on now. What LeBron supposed to? You gotta. Like I said, what
I mean, the Lakers as a team, I think they're just kind of confused. They look tired. They don't look like energized in the defensive end. Offensively, no one's really going. LeBron can only do so much, and you got to give it up to LeBron because LeBron is going to push them to the max. But if everyone's not operating all cylinders, it's not looking good because the Suns are so hungry and CP has something to prove. He got hurt.
Street Clothes is playing tonight. Oh, yeah, let's see what they got.
AD playing tonight?
Street Clothes. You heard it first.
Yeah.
Crew.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Vance,
Yeah.
put it out there. Listen, Vance is the new Woj.
But here's the thing. So how is Street Clothes playing tonight? If he was like has such a bad groin injury, he can't even shoot. Like when he was at warm-ups, now he can play. He's gonna re-injure himself and mess himself up.
Listen, I don't care about none of that. I'm gonna tell you what really matters to me. What
I know
really
you don't care about none of that. You don't care about injuries. I hope Joe Embiid plays the next game.
Whoa, we don't wish bad upon players, man. We don't wish bad upon players. That's crossing the line. I didn't wish bad upon AD. I say AD's gonna hurt himself, which is not good.
I don't care about him playing. I don't think get mad at if AD plays tonight. I think they got the recipe to beat him. I think they already figured it out. I think CP up here has figured it out. And that's the worst part about CP3 and what scares me about him as always having to be against him as far as my teams is that once he figures how to beat you out, he's a master facilitator. He just can put people in place. Like DeAndre Hayton had 22 the other night.
Right.
Like, and that has never happened his entire career, really going off like that.
Right.
Double. Like, I think he had 22 and 15. Like,
He's been in the league that long, bro. Stop it.
No, but I'm not saying like, I'm just saying in general, like, he's playing better because CP is helping him.
Well, yeah. I mean, he's the X factor. Without CP, they're just the same sons they was last year. They're well coached, but CP3, he's the glue. He puts them all together. So
he's really a point guard. So.
Right.
He
is. And then with the Lakers, I think that their coaching is not what it needs to be too. I think Vogel is kind of just like he had
LeBron the whole time.
like LeBron just kind of telling him what to do. He's kind of just there. Right. Vogel, what is he doing? The Harrell situation is a head scratcher. Here's the thing. Montrezl Harrell, whatever the crap. I don't like him that much, but I think he's really good for energy. You know, he can give it to you down low, boom. But I feel like he's not consistent enough.
I don't blame you. I agree. What you think about Harold, man? You like Harold? Terrence?
I mean, he coming off the bench. I mean, he's a 6-man. He coming from the Clippers.
6 minutes though.
Vogel don't know what he's doing because LeBron is the coach, and obviously LeBron don't want Harold to play because if he did, he'd be in.
Okay, so this is my thought process about.
That's
LeBron.
what I think.
My thought process about LeBron has always been this way. Diplomatically. On the court, LeBron he's touch and go with me because he'll have these great performances, and I'll think, okay, he could possibly be the GOAT. And then I see him do like non-GOAT things, like walk off the court 5 minutes before, like these crazy flops, like some of this stuff. Like I'm not saying everybody don't flop in the league because they do. Everybody flops, but like the way they catch LeBron flopping is like ridiculous, and I think people are watching him harder. But when he flops, bro, he'll like fall out of bounds. It's just,
that's crazy. When you're the face of the NBA, that's what people do. They focus solely on you flopping. Just like I was watching the game against Brooklyn the other day. Now, sorry, I mean I ain't trying to come at KD, but I swear, bro, every time the camera goes to KD, they go on his haircut, bro, and see that ball spot, bro. When you're the face of the NBA, bro. When you the face of the NBA, they be coming for you. I'm telling you, like, the cameras be coming for you because I'm telling you, every time the camera
that ball spot is it's like a bullseye. It's like you can't resist
because he got low-key African hair.
It's just like right there, like it's like boom, like it's like put the dart here, right there.
Like the African BB joints. You know
he got like BD. Yeah,
I mean, I kind of understand. I understand where you're coming from, man. Like, man, he do. I mean, walking off the court, yeah, that don't sit right with me. It's some. I don't agree with everything he say, man. I'm gonna keep it real. Like
he's done that to the team
walking
before.
off the court.
He's been done with it.
Okay, listen. So, okay, I'm not gonna go on a checkup, but I need to put this out there real quick. This, and I think I'm gonna let you guys both respond on this. My thought process behind LeBron James is influencing a whole generation of players because no matter what I say, like I'm a Jordan guy. No matter how much I can teach my kids about Michael Jordan, they're going to remember LeBron James because he's in their current generation.
Right.
And no matter what I tell them about, Jordan was the best. He played when he was sick, all this and all that. And then I get to say, oh, well, LeBron James is on the Wheaties box or LeBron James is this and LeBron James is the new Space Jam. Like all these things being put out there, LeBron has to be better. I love that he's a social justice pioneer. I love that he does these things. I commend him for all that. We've never seen that happen before. In our day and age where an athlete that was African-American stood up for us completely and utterly put itself out there. But when I watch this man play basketball sometimes, I say he is the most elite player I've ever seen. And then I can turn around in the next clip, I can see him do some of the most asinine shit I've ever seen. and say, I never would like my kid to play like this dude. Because it's too different. I don't understand why there's such a big gap. Like, why can you be the GOAT today and then be a guy that I wouldn't even pick up last on my team tomorrow just because of your attitude?
Well, maybe he's just tired.
He
Maybe
could
he's
be.
just tired. Or maybe, like, I think
I'm 36.
I mean, in regular life, he's not that old, but in basketball terms, how long he's been playing since he was 18. So, you know,
Yeah.
he's older for basketball years. But and
Straight
then I think
years.
too, it just makes for better TV. Like if LeBron plays the kind of bad and then he shows up and plays amazing and like dominates and they move on and it's like this whole, you know, narrative, it just seems better. It's more exciting. Who wants to see LeBron just dominate? They want to have some adversity. And then LeBron has the adversity, he rises above it, and then he's the king again. You know what I mean? It's just kind of how it always goes.
But then,
that's what I'm saying. I think maybe the Suns might win tonight, even though they're playing away. But I feel like you can never count out LeBron, no matter how bad he's looking the game before. It's LeBron, and he'll turn it on, and then that'll be it. Because what is the real answer for LeBron? Who got the answer for LeBron when he's playing well?
I mean, I guess nobody. But I wanted to show you guys this real quick. I'm gonna throw this up on the screen real quick for you, Terrence. This is for you. I want you to explain this to me. Tell me why this is a thing.
Okay.
Where is he going?
The game was over, bro.
Tired, man. He's gonna go into the incubator.
There's 5 minutes left.
He's going in the incubator, man.
The game was over, bro.
Relax. He's going to relax.
I'm tired.
He's pissed.
Come on, bro. The game was over. He probably was dealing with. I think he was dealing with the injury. He was dealing with the injury.
Where is he? Yeah, so she was just pissed. But here's the thing. Again, he's the leader of the team. It doesn't look good that he walks off. He's the leader. He's LeBron. Everyone looks up to him. Young players, everybody. So for him to walk off, it sends a message. But it's not the first time that he's done something like that. He's done things like that in the past when it comes to him being frustrated and him leaving or walking off or whatever it is. He's done that. So that's just kind of like his thing. If he gets mad or frustrated, LeBron's like, I don't want to deal. And that's how he handles things. So maybe it's not the best, but at the same time, in that locker room, I bet you if LeBron gets in the locker room and says, yo, team, and tries to motivate him, they're going to listen to him whether he walked off or not.
So check this out. So we're going to go here because I know this is what everybody came on here for. So we've been waiting all season to basically see the Nets be actually really challenged. So we get the battle in Brooklyn. The battle in Brooklyn is happening Saturday. We're going to see the Milwaukee Bucks, who has been very hot as of late, to go against a very hot Nets team, a team that has, got a lot of firepower offensively. And I think that may be able to maybe guard apart Carnell a little bit. I'm not sure yet, but, we'll see. But I'm going to throw this out there real quick to start off. And I'm going to come to you first after this, CARM. Drew Holiday on this particular Milwaukee team, checking. He'll probably be checking Kyrie. If it looks the way it's going to look, to me, I think he's going to end up checking Kyrie, and I think PJ Tucker is going to play Harden. And then I think that fifth guy, I think, will be Giannis, maybe checking KD, maybe, because, he plays like
PJ don't start. Do PJ start?
I think he will start against Harden. I think you have to. He's the only other person that can play him.
Correct.
Maybe.
No.
Who do you put on him then? You lost Vincenzo.
He's going to have
He's out.
It's going to have to be Middleton. He's going to have to step up.
Middleton's got to play like Lopez or somebody. Whoever
Lopez? Who?
Yeah.
Brooke Lopez.
They got a Lopez brother.
No, I'm saying Chris Middleton is going to be playing Harden. They both too. They small forward, two guard.
That could happen. That could be a matchup.
That's not going to be
It's all about matchups. And in terms of this series, the matches, I think Drew Holiday can definitely make Kyrie kind of be off his game. Drew Holiday is an excellent defender. I think Giannis on KD, they both got the size, the length, like the arms. They kind of match each other with size. Obviously, KD is an elite shooter. Giannis is not. But Giannis can, get down, obviously KD can do everything.
Yeah, Middleton
but
going to
Giannis
have to play
is very
hard.
powerful when he gets in the lane. So I think it's going to be a really great matchup between them.
Middleton going to have to play hard.
I mean, PJ Tucker, he could come off and play Harden, but
Harden is they're going to have to start.
No. Yeah, Middleton probably going to be playing Joe Harris. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. He's going to have to play. Yeah. Like PJ Tucker's going to start because they lost defense. A good defender.
Yeah.
So I mean, the way it's looking right now, we're looking at a heavyweight battle, y'all. Like I think we're gonna be.
I think in terms of matchups, it's going to be interesting to see how this first game goes and like the adjustments. because
Yeah, because I'm like,
you know, it's like after that first game shock of kind of like, oh, like this, because they played each other obviously in the regular season, and those matches in the regular season were close. Yeah. All those games, I think they were like saying the margin of difference with the points in the three games they played each other was like 11 points. There's like an 11-point margin in between the wins and loss, who won and who lost in those games. So they're obviously like highly stacked, but it's different now because they lost somebody in DiVincenzo, and the Nets have gotten some momentum now. You know what I mean? They've kind of gotten to play together, the big three. So it's going to be kind of like, let's see. Honestly, I think it's going to depend on the defense of the Bucks and how Giannis plays. If Giannis can make those jumpers and kind of, you know, make his free throws and stuff like that, then the Bucks can be formidable. Because, you know, the Nets are just so offensively sound. If the Bucks can't, counter that, it's not going to happen.
True. So, Morgan, what's up? What's going on, Morgan?
Hey, Morg.
And what you got, Terrence?
Hey, Morgan,
I mean, it looked like they said they look like projected. They say Pete Connaughton, I guess, going to be starting. Who I forgot what his first name is. Yeah, Pete Connaughton for the Bucks.
No,
because I'm like,
wow,
I don't see that. He's too little.
He's listed as a small forward. I don't. I'm sorry, but PJ against Harden, that's a nightmare, yo. That's more of a nightmare.
It is
because of the history too. It's gonna be kind of like they're husky, and they play together on the Rockets and that whole thing, how Harden left and all that nonsense. Like I think it'll be a really good distinct matchup.
Listen, Terrence, humor me for a second. Humor me for a second though. Just hear me out. Before you say no. Think about this. The whole key to the Nets is frustrating Kyrie, because you cannot stop KD. Nobody can stop him. Nobody.
I think it's frustrating Curry, but then slowing down Harden. You see what Harden did just alone.
But see, the thing about Harden though is in some of those games, Harden disappeared too. Like you can kind of see him fade to black. Like he don't have to be an intricate part. But if you can frustrate Kyrie in those possessions, when you can frustrate Kyrie,
because that's how they lost that game.
They can lose that way.
Kyrie played bad. And then Harden didn't play good, but Kyrie played bad. And then the rest of them didn't play that good, and then they lost. So maybe it's right. It's true. If you can slow down, mess up Kyrie, then
Drew Holiday will hold his own. He'll hold his own.
For sure. I got a lot of.
I'm trying to figure out what I'm thinking too is, are they gonna swap Blake Griffin out because he listed in the starting lineup, but he ain't gonna be able to. He ain't tall enough for Lopez. I mean, Lopez not really an offensive threat, but if he wanted to be.
Well, we saw what the other Lopez did.
I mean, the Lopez on the Bucks, he can shoot.
Yeah. You seen what Robin was doing.
Did we lose you? Oh, okay.
Yeah, man. Yeah. All right.
Yeah. So, but I think with this, I think for the Sixers, it's all kind of like everyone's gonna be eyes on this because whoever wins this obviously plays the Sixers. So it's like, who's the better matchup for the Sixers? Now, people have spoken on this saying that some people say they want the Nets, some people say they want the Bucks. Yeah, Terrence, please just stop because your team's out. Don't throw shade on the Sixers just because your team's out. It's okay. Who else is your team? You got a new team now?
He got the Lakers still, so
okay, cool.
Until the end of the
night. All right, well, besides that, we're rocking with the Sixers, so we're looking for this matchup of the Sixers because you might think whatever you want to think, but people who watch the Sixers know that they got a chance against the Hawks. Even with
they have a chance. Yeah, but I watched the Sixers.
We didn't say. Listen,
no, why are you so negative on the Sixers all of a sudden?
Check this out.
I'm just saying because y'all really act. What I don't understand is y'all really act like. Y'all don't need Joe Embiid, and that's mind blowing.
We haven't needed him.
Y'all did.
Listen,
we do need him.
He's our
all-star. No one's saying we don't need him. No one's saying we don't need him. But you're trying to say that we will fall to pieces and crumble if he's not in, and that's been shown through the season. That's not the case.
That was the whole point of Doc doing what he's been doing all season. He's playing all these guys.
It happened. Did you? All right. Listen, I can't because
he didn't play in the series.
Y'all act like y'all didn't watch.
We won the series.
Even like you didn't
y'all
win multiple games.
You won one game.
Yeah, when he was hurt.
And I think he's froze. And that's good. Listen.
All right. Well, okay. So
let me go back to my point. What I was trying to say.
Man, when you gonna get out your seat? You gonna get out your seat? What's the problem?
Yeah, man, I gotta get out my seat. Cause like, check this out. So
this is getting bucked tonight.
So listen, it's the Cali water.
Right, like he's getting crazy.
So what we figured out is that my thing is I'm hoping that they can like beat each other up for an entire 7-game series, and Joel.
I think it will go to 7, right?
Yeah, so they can just get healthy. Like I'm not saying we don't need
But let's say the Philly on Sunday they can go out and they can pick up a win against Atlanta without him. He comes back for game 2. Let's say he comes back for game 2. This is still in Philly. Maybe we don't need him till we go to Atlanta. That's still a good situation for us because all we need to do is win 2 or 2 at home and then go steal 1 in Atlanta. Let them win another one and whatever. And then we can finish them out in Philly. And then we still got time because the Bucks and the Nets should, on paper, they should go 7 games.
Right, unless the Nets come out and just go nuts and then the Bucks don't do
Why
nothing.
are we just assuming the Nets is going to be the one? What if Milwaukee has a chip on their shoulder, they've been resting, and they are ready to go?
I mean, I'm not saying it's impossible, but when you look at just seeing what Harden did just alone, it's just like, you just can't, like, I'm not scared of Giannis like I am of Harden.
But are you not a little bit worried because what Tatum actually did to them for real?
No, for sure. He dropped 50 on him. You know, cool. You know Tatum, my baby. Don't even start on Tatum. You know that's my baby boy. You know that. But you know that's don't make me be sad for Jason. I'm already sad for him.
I'm just saying, like, we watched Jason Tatum have a field day. Like, he was getting buckets on KD. He was getting buckets on Harden, Kyrie, whoever they put on.
But stature-wise, he truly does match up with all of them. If you think about it. Think about it. Like, Tatum is tall, lean. He is an excellent shooter.
Okay, yeah.
So just think about, like, in comparison with them. Like, he's kind of like what all of them have. He has all that. What all of them have. He has length. He has height. Okay. He has shooting ability. He can defend. Like, he is, like, nice. Not that they can defend besides KD.
Tatum, you know what I mean?
Nice, so Tatum himself, he's just like a specimen that can compete with all 3 of them evenly because he's just, that's how I see it. Now with the Sixers, I think the problem with that is just the matchup of just purely stature and skill.
Yeah.
And consistency with those skills.
I do agree. I feel like with Tatum, the problem that Tatum presents is that once he gets going, he's not only efficient, but he's streaky.
Right.
And if he get on one of them hot streaks, man, he can go 5 or 6 possessions and get a bucket on you every single time, and nothing you can do about it.
And it's like net. It's like wet. It's not even rim. It's just like in.
He reminds me of. I don't know. He puts me in the mind of a KD. Like when KD decides, like, you know what, I'm done. Like Tatum is going to be the next crazy big problem that people are going to have to deal with, and he don't really need a whole lot because like the Celtics were down bad. Like they really didn't have anybody. I really didn't think they would win a game, to be honest, and they gave it all they had the entire series. So a lot of respect to the Celtics. I know I give them shit all the time, but I really got to give it to them. Like they played, they fought.
Oh, for sure.
And I got to give something. I'm not gonna say this about I don't want to say this about the Wizards, but the Wizards fought. The Wizards fought the entire time. It was never a time that I saw Russ giving up, or you didn't see Bill trying to get to a bucket, or you didn't see Brook Lopez throwing a hook shot, or the new little dude Gafford. Gafford had me a little scared. I thought he was gonna dunk on my man. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you. I thought he was gonna dunk on Dwight.
No, the Wizards, they didn't just lay down and take it. For sure.
Even Smith was born. If Smith came in and gave you some buckets.
It's not like Philly because they got rid of him. So he got a chip on his shoulder.
To be on our team. But either way, both teams play well. But again, so coming up with this series with the Nets and the Bucks, it's going to be very competitive. And I can't even say who's going to win that series because it's going to be so down to the wire. I think if Giannis and them play as they've been playing, I think it's going to be, and then the Nets defend, I think it's going to be like it's a 7 series.
Okay, I'm going to throw it out here. Go ahead. I'm going to let you go first.
Oh, I got Bucks in 7. I mean, I got Bucks, going 4-3. Because I'm going to keep it real. If the Bucks don't beat them, they're going to the finals. I'm sorry, Philly. I'm sorry, Philly fans. I don't see y'all stopping them. I just don't. Okay, I feel like Milwaukee. I feel like Milwaukee is a better matchup. I'm sorry.
I appreciate all that, and I love you to death because you're my boy. But I'm gonna tell you why you're wrong. All right. So what's gonna happen is Milwaukee's gonna win in 5. Yep. You heard it here first. Milwaukee's gonna win in 5 because, and I know you laughing. But
what are you saying? Like, yep, you heard it first.
You heard it first.
Where's the Oracle moment? Where's the Oracle moment?
I don't have the graphic anymore. I lost it. But I'm telling you right now, this is why, and I'm gonna explain to you why. Because there's an X factor on the Bucks, and nobody talks about this dude ever. And I don't know why.
Light skin, right?
Huh?
Talking about the light skin short dude.
Who, Forbes?
What's his name?
You talking Forbes?
Yeah.
Forbes is a kind of a one-off. He ain't even done that a lot, but he can do it. But when I'm actually talking about Drew. I think Drew is going to play such a huge part and not scoring. It's not going to be him scoring. It's just he's a floor general. He's a way understated Chris Paul. Like he doesn't score as well as Chris Paul, but he plays tenacious defense. He's always a guy that everybody in the league is actually. He can get to a bucket. Don't get me wrong, he can get to a bucket. He can score. But Drew Holiday isn't the premier guy on anybody's team. You're not. Oh, let's big up. He's not on your posters. You know what I'm saying? He's not on the poster.
I mean, he's not the number one guy. But he was there when he was with New Orleans. When with him and AD, I think they upset or they upset somebody. I think one of them series because he was getting off.
But I'm saying, but what I'm saying is but even with that being said. They chose to trade him. He's never been the marquee guy that they build around. He's always been the kind of guy you bring in as a builder, like a George Hill. He just kind of ends up being back in the mix because he's so good. Like George Hill for us is exponentially a reason why we're going to be good.
I think the period with Drew Holiday is he's just a person that you're not going to see his true value on the stat line. So defensively, he's going to lock you down. He can make timely shots. He got a mid-range. He got a three. He can take it to the rack. You know, he's all around just a point. He's a point guard truly.
And a dog.
Right, but he just makes the little plays, like little knockaways. You know, when he tries to get steals, whatever it is, he's a player that a true ball fan understands and knows is like that guy. Now, if you're looking at the stats, you ain't gonna understand that he's that guy, but he is. So I think you're right. He is the X factor in that series because he is the newest addition to that team that's made such a difference since he's been there.
Yep.
So I think it's shown all season that he is an X factor. So he will be with this series as well. So I think it's gonna go there.
So let's say that he frustrates Kyrie. Let's just say that it might not happen. Kyrie could get to a bucket. He might just start waving them. We don't know. But let's say he gets some frustrated. We've seen Kyrie get frustrated in the past, and it doesn't bode well for Brooklyn. When he gets frustrated, he got at the end of one of the games, he got a technical foul because dude was he was really on him. Like he was really being aggressive, being physical. Drew's a physical guard. Like he loves to get in your junk, put his hands on you. He loves to rough you up. The only person that I've seen all year try to do that to Kyrie has been Ben when Ben got on him for a little bit. Ben tried to use his size to kind of bully Kyrie. And it almost worked. But they kept doing a lot of pick and rolls with Ben. So they end up getting switch on him. Like they kept getting Curry on him or whatever.
Right. Well, I think with that series is just we got to see. I think we're saying it now. Drew Holiday is going to be the X factor. Oracle said that they're going to win in 5. So I think, we'll just see what happens. But what I really want to talk about is that game with Dame Dollar, how he just sacrificed himself, artistic, just how that game was just poetry. Like Dame is crazy. He honestly, being that clutch is God-given. Like there's no way he's that clutch just off of the strength. It's like a God-given talent to be that clutch. Like for real. It was crazy. Like the shots he was making, I was like, there's no way. Like I was shocked. He dropped 50. What did you drop? 55?
Yeah, it was nutty.
And they still lost. I knew they were gonna lose.
What's happening?
So
he's
frozen. Man just hit we talking about Dame. He just hit a buzzer beater at halftime. He just hit a buzzer beater for the halftime.
Oh yeah, that's
cool. So Dame is crazy. He's super clutch. First of all, the Blazers don't play defense. They're not defensively sound ever. And it's annoying because Dame is so good. And it's like they just suck. I'm sorry. I'm going to say this right here. And I've said it before. CJ is not a 1-2 punch with Dame's 1-2 punch. He's not. I don't believe in CJ. I feel like Dame he's a bigger team. They can play.
So who's their secondary person then?
Nobody. They don't got nobody because that's the problem. CJ's just not it. He's not cutting it to me. Last night when he stepped out, I was like, that's a mental mistake. Like you're in this game, you're that close, and you could win this game. Y'all there's no way this should have even been a second overtime. And Dame get y'all here and you step out. And then Rocco with miss a couple putbacks. He falls on the floor, not defending, thinking he's gonna get a call. No one's around you. You're just on the floor, laying there. Get up and defend Michael Porter Jr. Whoever made that shot. And it's like Rocco with his crap, which he been like that on the Sixers, but then just CJ, it's like Dame can only do so much. You're the number 2 guy. You step out of bounds. That's a mental mistake. I don't care. Like, you're supposed to be the number 2 guy on this team, and you step out of bounds on a play that could have won y'all the game, stole a game in Denver. Dame was exhausted. And second overtime, y'all still lost.
I don't know why they didn't go to Melo in that time. I don't know
Melo
why.
was missing too. But the thing was like, they're not offensively consistent. CJ, he sucked. Honestly, I tweeted about this. I was like, yo, CJ, I think it was like 2 minutes left in the first overtime. I was like, CJ, I didn't want you touching the ball no more. Because that's how bad he was playing to me.
Harsh.
And I don't care because honestly, the way Dame played and how he put that team on his back and how he willed them to second overtime and they still lost because you want to step out of bounds, that to me is unacceptable. Like, you are the number 2 guys, CJ McCollum, Dame Lillard, 1-2 punch in the West. What did you do? Nothing.
Man, what are you in Terrence drinking?
I don't care. Like, here's the thing. I'm not saying he's a bad player.
I feel on that. I mean,
I'm not saying he's bad.
I'm gonna go back, but I mean, I was having an argument. I felt like with 1-2 punches. I felt like Wall and Bill with the Wizards was always better than Dame and well,
at this point, honestly, they really are because Dame can only do so much. And with CJ, I'm not saying he's bad. He has had some moments, but every time I watched the Blazers game and I paid attention and Dame was out or whatever it was, he just couldn't deliver. And to me, to have such a prolific scorer like Dame and to have his 2 punch just kind of not get it even for a little mid-range, bro, like that's not acceptable to me.
It's not. You're right. I'm not gonna hold you.
That's me.
That's legit.
That's me.
That's a legit call. I can't say that.
Just for Dame. Like, I felt bad for Dame. Like, it's about the team. It's a team sport, and they need to be more defensively sound because maybe they've rested on defense. They wouldn't be in these situations that Dame had to bail them out all the time. And it's not necessarily CJ's fault individually in terms of a team effort. Right. But when it comes down to you want to be that guy, you got to be that guy. Melo, Melo can only do what Melo can do. You know what Melo is. You know what he's going to give you.
Yeah,
he can be streaky. He can be streaky, and when he off, he off.
He like 30 something too though. So we looking at a lot of different things. But I want to throw this. I got 2 more things I want to hit tonight before we get off here. One being the WNBA. I want to talk a little bit about them, and I want to talk to you guys. We're gonna have 30 seconds to talk about the Knicks and just talk about what a disgrace. We still doing that? I got your graphic. What's up? You wanna do it now?
Sure.
All right. Give us a minute. We're gonna pay the bills real quick.
All right, y'all. So we're UFOers now, but it's cool because we still getting the bag.
We still getting the bag.
We saw who got the bag. So who got the bag is my segment where I talk about who I think is kind of just, getting to the money. They're winning, they're doing great things. It has to be sports. It could be anything, but today is in the sports realm. So who got the bag? I thought was just kind of like an interesting thing that happened in the league. Brad Stevens is now going to be the president of basketball operations for the Celtics. And I feel like he's getting the bag because why are you shaking your head?
I'll talk about it later. It's just I'm gonna let you get through your.
Yeah, I mean, let's talk about it. He hasn't won anything in college. He hasn't won anything in the NBA.
And he's still president. He's still president.
You get promoted.
And
you get promoted.
He's in the bag. Whether you agree or not, he's still getting the bag. He just got. First of all, the Celtics just lost in the playoffs, and he just got promoted to president.
That's crazy.
You tell me how there's anything other than nepotism.
I'm just saying, but either way, but what is it? It's about who's getting it. He's getting to the money. He just got promoted for losing.
No.
So what's up?
Terrible.
Why?
You could have picked like Monty Williams. You could have picked anybody like.
And I didn't say that was my one, but I was going to talk about Ja too.
Okay, talk about Ja. I'd rather talk about him.
I mean, in my opinion, Brad's getting the bag because even though they just lost, he just got promoted. So who's hating on that? That's just me.
Okay, all right. I'm just gonna say it. I've been trying to not get too philosophical, but I'm gonna go ahead and say it. All right, here we go. I am tired of people who have not done anything to deserve an opportunity.
I'm saying he is because he ain't done nothing. He got promoted.
I know, but that's not good. That's actually terrible because, think about
But it's the reality.
All these black coaches are in here trying to get a job.
But you already know. You already know what it is with that.
No, I'm not even gonna give you that out.
I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying like this is something that is been going on, and if we've been said it needs to change, what's gonna happen? What's gonna be the give?
I don't want to big up these cats. I don't want to big up Brad Stevens. I don't want to big him up. I'm not happy with what happened. Like I'm actually pissed off about it. And I'm not a Celtics fan. And honestly, I hope that he crashes and burns. And I've never done that before. But I'm hoping because I'm tired of them giving people who don't deserve the opportunity. I'm hoping that Steve Nash has a tear. I hope that the Milwaukee Bucks blow them slam out because I don't believe that Steve Nash deserved a chance over other African-American coaches who have had skin in the game for a long time.
So you're saying, you're saying you think a black coach should have been president of basketball operations?
It could have been. You could have went and got Paul Pierce. You could have went and got any Celtics great.
Paul Pierce ain't getting no kind of play.
Listen,
you know that.
all the thing I'm saying, you could have went and got Kevin Garnett. He's a Hall of Famer now. And Paul Pierce is also a Hall of Famer. So whatever y'all talk about him, being with strippers, all these dudes be with strippers.
But he just did it on the live.
Yeah, like what does it matter?
Nobody likes Paul Pierce.
Like, listen, all I'm gonna tell you is you cannot keep saying this stuff about it's just like nepotism. Like we keep saying all this whole time, we keep saying we don't like nepotism and we don't like people getting something that don't really deserve it. I'm not bigging up Brad Stevens. I don't think very much of Brad Stevens at all, to be honest with you, because at the end of the day, he ain't won nothing for real.
He ain't won nothing, but he has done a great job with Jason Tatum now.
Jason Tatum was going to be good regardless.
I know, but it's still the same. We talked about that, though. We talked about how if he was on a different team, what his progress would be at this point. We bigged up Brad Stevens on the show.
Yeah, but that was before they just did what they just did. And Brad Stevens, honestly, he was on the chopping block to lose his job.
But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, he was.
Someone who don't deserve it got promoted. So he's getting to the money. That's just why the fact of it all.
I love you to death. I can't promote that.
I'm not promoting. It's just the fact. Y'all arguing about the fact of the situation. The fact of the matter is he got promoted for not doing nothing, period. So how is he not getting to the money? He is.
He is getting to the money.
That's all I'm saying. If you want to talk about the basics, what this is about, here's the thing too. If you want to say all that, he didn't win anything, but the Celtics have been, they've been injured. They've had a lot of, trades going on. Hayward left, Kyrie left, all this stuff going on. And they still have been like an affordable team and they still made it to the playoffs and gave the Nets one game. So, yeah, he is what he is, whatever. But you can't knock his coaching. He's been able to coach a team that didn't have much to get somewhere.
But that doesn't make you a good GM.
I'm not saying it does. I'm not saying he deserves it. But all I'm saying is, even though he has a 1-0, you can't knock his coaching ability. That's it.
Well, all right. So I'm gonna talk about. See, if we're gonna do that, I'm gonna do who got the money. Then.
Look what M. Ball said. He said, I think Brad Stevens is single-handedly responsible for the mass success of the Celtics. That's what I'm saying. So I'm not saying he deserves to be GM because when I saw it and I looked at some research on him, I was like, well, he hasn't really done much, and he hasn't won nothing as the Celtics coach.
Yeah. So that mass success thing, that mass success thing is, I don't know what. No.
He's saying that the Celtics didn't have nothing and they still compete, which is true. Here's the thing: I'm not agreeing. They have Jalen and Jada, but who else they got?
Smart. I like Marcus Smart.
Kemba. What are you? They got Kemba.
Don't get started with the Kemba thing.
Listen, I'm just gonna be honest. They did have Kemba. Kemba's making that 80. What is it?
No, it's true, but Kemba's not going to be there next season.
Kemba was balling before he got hurt. Kemba was balling before he got hurt in the point. He's
always hurt.
Okay, can I throw this out there then? Because this is my point. The reason why I'm so mad about this because I want to talk about this all day. I've been waiting to talk about this. This whole Mike Krzyzewski thing, him, stepping down and them giving the job to Shire.
Wait, I thought he was just sitting in a room until they can find somebody. I thought that was what it was.
I don't give a what it is. I'm gonna be honest.
He's just in a room.
I don't care. He gone because
you got all I care is he's out of there.
Listen, all I'm telling you is I don't like the optics of it. There's so many Duke greats that they could pick. You got Elton Brand would have been a good one if he wasn't in for the Sixers. Grant Hill.
I was just gonna say.
Grant Hill. Like all these guys could possibly be good coaches. That not only they're not. You gonna let? I'm gonna get so mad about this.
But he has ownership in the Hawks, though.
They could have got Jason. They could have got Jason.
Jay Will. They could have got Jason Williams, the commentator.
Williams.
Listen,
that would have been crazy.
I'm just tired of there being no representation of African Americans in these predominantly blue chip teams. Like the only one we got right now is Penny Hardaway and Patrick Ewing.
And USC, come on now.
Who?
USC. USC coach.
No, I'm not talking about. He just got there. I'm talking about that have been in place for a while. Penny's been in place for a while. Patrick Ewing has been in place for a while. Like there's certain ones, not Jalen Rose, but Juwan Howard at Michigan. Like there's so many African American basketball players who know the game that could be coaching teams and that should get the opportunity. But you just for the Brooklyn Nets are basically hey, ladies, go get them on this championship, and you went and got Steve Nash.
Could have got Mark Jackson.
He deserves that job.
Right.
Brad Stevenson showed you nothing that he deserves the GM job. Mark Jackson got crapped on, and as soon as they got rid of Mark Jackson, they win all these championships with the Warriors. He put that team together. Right. That is his team. Right. Steve Kerr is reaping the benefits of what Mark Jackson did, and they make Mark Jackson get on TV and have to say, "Oh, the Warriors are this, the Warriors are this." Like that sucks, man. That really does suck to know that he's done.
Hey, Abe, what's up?
What's up, Abe? Honest, Abe. Man, that's this. It sucks, man. And I hate doing that because I get so mad about it.
I agree to your point, and I'm with you on it. I'm with you. I'm with you on it. My whole point was who got the bag was just literally just off the fact of
that he just robbed.
Right. I mean, the fact of the matter, like I said, when I seen what his credentials were, I was like, oh wow. But it's at the end of the day, the fact of the matter is the fact of the matter, and that's just what it is. I mean,
it does
I get it though.
It sucks.
I know it does suck. So yeah. Yo, can we real quick? Can we just talk about what happened last night with the Clippers with Kawhi? I think it's Terrence's boy, Kawhi.
He's not a Kawhi guy.
You're not a Kawhi guy, Terrence? I have to make sure.
I despise the Clippers. I wanted to talk.
Go ahead. Y'all talk about. I'm
stepping out of this. The Clippers and the Mavs. First of all, Luka's insane. He dropped 42.
Yeah.
And he's like he's in a league with Jordan, Wilt Chamberlain, like Bob McAdoo, the only like players he's only played 11 playoff games. He has like 300 and something points already. Yeah, so Luka is crazy. And the rest of the team is stepping up. Finley Smith, Hardaway, the bull that was fighting with Marcus Morris, what's his name? He's the guy from Germany. He's from where
Porzingis.
No, not Porzingis. He's from where Dirk is from. He's the one with like the short.
Oh yeah, I don't know his name though. I know you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. So the rest of them are playing, and that's what we need. We need the star, and then everyone else to show up, and they're playing good defense. But just the mental mistakes of the Clippers, though. Paul George and those turnovers in the fourth quarter. Kawhi, when he had that shot in the corner that was similar to the Sixers shot that he made with the bounce.
That's how it was a fluke.
And I was like, when that happened, I was like, yo, if he makes that shot, I'm gonna like have a heart attack. And he missed it by an air ball. I was like, yo, even Rondo was like, yo, what you doing, boy? He was looking up like, yo, what's up?
He was about to fight him. Did you see?
Rondo was like, what's up? How did you miss that?
But this is what the Clippers wanted. They wanted the Mavericks because they bounced them out last year in the bubble. They bounced them out last year. It's going to happen again. This is what they wanted.
So, Terrence, I want to ask you this, bro. I need to ask you this specifically because I know how you feel about this. So I'm going to ask you specifically this question, dog. What are your thoughts about playoff Pete, bro?
The boy trash. I mean, I don't even think he was the boy's trash, man.
Cracking up.
Like, yo, I'm like, they not gonna be able to work together. They not. That team would blow up.
But the problem is they don't have any coaching. They don't have coaching. Ty Lue just does whatever the freak any player tells him to do. He don't have like that leadership.
Hold on. What you mean they don't have coaching? They had your guy last year. So what are you talking? And they couldn't do it. They had your guy last year, Doc Rivers. So what are we talking about?
I'm talking about how Ty Lue is a yes man. He'd be like, all right, cool. All right, bet. All right, cool. Yeah, bet. Let's do that. Let's do this. He's not like sticking up and leading the team. Now with the Doc thing, I can't speak on that. I don't know. I don't know what happened. I think
Terrence don't want to speak on it because you know you don't want to speak on it because that's what's about to happen to Philly. You don't want to speak on it.
They are beyond improving because what is wrong
with
you?
First of all,
Terrence,
Terrence, I think Doc Rivers is a great coach. I think that what it has to do with, besides Ty Lue and his stuff, I think when Doc was there, I think when it comes down to Kawhi and Paul George, maybe it's just not working. Maybe that's what it is.
Well, that's what he said. That's all.
Hold on, you said Ty Lue, right?
Oh, okay.
That's what he said.
We're talking about.
No, I'm saying I think Ty Lue is a yes man coach. That's what I think from when he was on the Cavs. I think that's my opinion.
They won with Ty Lue, right?
Under
but
LeBron.
they
LeBron.
wanted a LeBron, man. That was
Under
LeBron team.
Come on now.
That's LeBron team.
Terrence,
Bro.
you
Come
really
on.
can sit here and say that you think Ty
Come
Lue
on, bro.
is like telling LeBron and
I
Paul
just
George
wanted to throw
what
the
to
LeBron.
do?
I just wanted to throw the LeBron thing in there. He's a
LeBron guy.
But I will say this. I think, Carm, I think you make a very valid point about Paul George and them not.
Kawhi, it don't work.
It just doesn't work.
And they're too cocky. Like, relax.
You know what? I really just don't believe. I just don't believe in Paul George. I really don't. I think Kawhi can win. It's proven Kawhi can win. I just don't think Paul George can. I think
maybe it's like a mental thing. It's like the Clash of the Titans. You know what I'm saying?
Playoff P is not a nigga.
But I'm
It's a
saying,
joke.
but that's how he is. That's what the perception is, that Paul George is this elite, all-star
No.
player. Yes,
No.
it is. People don't think that.
Who thinks that?
People don't watch ball think that.
Well, then you got to watch some ball because I'm telling you, us three don't think that.
I mean, I don't.
Watch regular season Paul George. Yeah, he's.
And if you look at his numbers this season, listen. His numbers this season have improved from last season. He has improved.
Yeah. His
numbers are better.
He was an MVP running with OKC.
But you gotta watch him to really evaluate how he's really doing.
Okay, let's check this out. So Paul George played with Chris Paul as well in OKC. Is that correct? That was the 1 year that we really watched Chris Paul really have a hard time with a teammate outside of the whole situation that happened with the Clippers, and they just kind of fell apart with Lob City.
So maybe is Paul George is the
Paul
cancer.
George is the team cancer.
He's the cancer.
He's
Because
the team
Kawhi
cancer.
seems like he's the kind of guy that just goes with it. Like, all right, cool.
Kawhi don't say nothing. He just be hooping. Like
Right.
he did it with the Spurs. He just be hooping. Like it's almost like he might be deaf for real, and nobody really knows it. So they just let him play, and he just be playing. He just be hooping.
Right.
Like Kawhi is never the issue because Kawhi doesn't. He gets his man regardless. He like a KD. KD would never be the problem because KD get his man every time. It's just when other factors may come into play that happen.
So playoff P is a problem.
Playoff P's that's why
But here's the
a joke. The
If
playoff P thing is a joke.
If they lose against the Mavs, they're definitely going to dismantle the team. And if they have to pick and choose, if they have to pick and choose, they keeping Kawhi or keeping Paul.
I think it meant what? Both of them was on a 2-year contract. I know Kawhi was, if I ain't mistaken.
Kawhi is out of there, bro. Kawhi's gonna go where he can win, and we might see Kawhi go to the Lakers, and then it might be popping. Because that's gonna be freaky scary.
That would be crazy.
That's gonna be freaky
AD,
scary.
Kawhi, and LeBron. That's insane.
I would start watching basketball.
Yeah, that'd be way too unfair.
Then I would need Joel to go to the Nets, just to make it even.
It's crazy. I mean, it would be crazy. It would be crazy, but I don't see Kawhi doing. I don't. For some reason, I don't see Kawhi going to
Who
the
knows?
squad.
Kawhi is kind of you never know what he's gonna do.
Yeah.
Kawhi doesn't have no friends. Kawhi just he doesn't
care.
He doesn't leak information. He's not talking to nobody.
Right.
He probably has a BlackBerry still. I can imagine him having a BlackBerry, talking to people through a flip phone.
Right.
Maybe having other friends that he moms too, so he don't have to talk and use words.
But I think that's Kawhi's just his thing. He's just kind of like the kid in school that just watches his games and looks at his comics.
Yeah, I'm like, man, I really feel
much,
like growing up, he was
smart.
just going to school. Man, it's time to play with you. I'm about to play ball.
Yeah.
All you do is go to school and play ball. He ain't doing nothing else.
They be who nobody know where you live at. He just be showing up.
He's like, oh, Kawhi, you're here? Yeah. Hey, I'm here to play. Oh, okay, come on, Kawhi.
Or he just be around. They be like, what district do you live in? He just be showing up to games, just playing. They be like, who is this guy?
But that loss against the Mavs, I think it really said a lot about the Mavs and how they've come together as a team. And what they've been able to do, defensively, they played well. There was moments where the Clippers could have really came back, but they kind of held them off.
It's true. I would like to throw this to the WNBA real quick.
Yeah, but
so
crazy highlights. Kia Nurse with the Euro buzzer beater against the Chicago Sky. That was nice.
That was nice.
I was like, okay.
I've actually really enjoyed watching WNBA.
I love watching the ladies. They're good. It's fun to watch them. Brittany Griner dunked the other day.
Yeah, I don't care about that. I'm all about Sabrina Ionescu. She's my girl. She's my new bae.
They be getting blocks too. They be blocking the crap out of each other.
Sabrina Ionescu is going to be better than Sue Bird, and a lot of people don't want to hear me say that, but she's going to be better than her. It's just
you talking about Sue.
I like
She's
Sue.
like on a Goatley level though. Like she's like top 5.
She when it's all said and done, Diana Taurasi is going to she's going to be. I think Sabrina Ionescu's going to be better than Diana Taurasi and Sue Bird.
That's a big statement.
It is, but I look at what she's doing already.
Yeah.
And then after her, the little young girl from UConn, she gonna be next up.
Oh, Paige.
Yeah, Paige Buchers or whatever.
Buckers.
So like it's gonna be it's about to be 4 or 5 years. In the next 4 to 5 years, the WNBA is gonna take off.
If they can get rid of that dumb 22-year-old, they gotta be 22 to play. That's stupid. Thank you for the show, team. You guys are good facts. Thanks, Jay. Appreciate you.
My boy, Bobby. We got it.
But yeah, so I think if they get rid of that rule with the whole 22 to get in the league, the WNBA will be crazy because they're starting to get momentum with like the publicizing and commercials. But if they let them start right like one and done, then WNBA is gonna be pop.
So what do you do? Okay, I'm gonna throw this to Terrence because I know Terrence is from Tobacco Road, so I know that this will be something that he will be able to attest to. Why do you think that Duke and North Carolina girls don't be that good? Like they be all right, but they don't be in the conversation like how like South Carolina girls and UConn girls and Oregon and.
I mean, I think it just comes with like
they in Tobacco Road, they in the ACC. Why are they not popular like that?
Ooh. I think it just comes with the tradition. I mean, people want to go where they used to win. I think that really comes with the tradition. I mean, UConn being, I don't know what dude doing up there, but he keep winning, so they gonna keep going to UConn. That UNC thing, it's kind. I can't even give you that because I'm like, I feel like if I was a female, if you were like a woman, like, dang, I would want to go where Michael Jordan played. Like it seems
Maybe
like
it's
they
recruiting and coaching.
It could be. I mean, when Gino and Rihanna come to your house though, like you're not even talking to Duke girls. Like you don't even care. Like I don't even know who coached Duke girl basketball team. Like I don't even know who coached.
Yeah.
Like, but I will say this, like. We've watched some really, really good players in our day and age, especially female players. Candace Parker was a juggernaut when she came through. Like her dunking in the dunk contest, like that was a major moment. And then she fine. First of all, let's just throw that out there. Candace Parker is fine.
And her man is just, her ex-man is just not.
He was a Duke guy. He would look like a straight bulldog.
He looks like, whoa. I'm like, girl, how did you lay down with that girl? Like listen, that's kind of like, whoa.
They don't make jokes.
Listen, here's the thing that
he was with her before she was on though.
You know what? God bless. God bless, because that's concerning.
But I was gonna say this.
Sorry, Candace. Do you, girl? I'm sure he's a great guy in a lot of ways, in a lot of different places. I'm sure she is, girl. But I don't know. Sorry.
No, listen, stop.
Continue.
You're gross. It's a family show. What I'm gonna say is like I just think because like even back then Tennessee had
they
had Pat Summitt. They had like all these great teams, and now South Carolina.
Maryland had a squad.
Yeah, Don Staley in South Carolina now is doing something that the only other team in South Carolina that's really popping right now is Clemson football. So for her to take the Gamecock girls and not only make them relevant, but make them profitable for the state of South Carolina has been a big deal. Like they had the Sweet 16 in South Carolina in my hometown, and I thought that was dope, and they ended up winning it. And, for a lot of people that from where I come from, there's not a whole lot of places there's not a lot of places that that we make a lot of money in South Carolina. We got BMW, but to bring that type of event to South Carolina outside of Clemson football, which they don't have any of the games, like the big games are never in, like the playoff games are never in South Carolina. But
Myrtle Beach.
South Carolina. Myrtle Beach is okay, but like that's his own thing. It's a beach, like that's his own thing. But what I was gonna say is this: to Sean's point about Diana Taurasi. I'm not saying Diana Taurasi is not the best right now. Like pound for pound, Diana Taurasi and Sue Bird, you can flip them 1A to 1B. You can flip them. But I think
Della Dove ain't been hooping.
It's good too. Della Don is good. She's been hooping, but remember she took the year off during the bubble because she had health issues. So she's didn't play.
Now. She's not playing at the moment.
So think about this. The next wave is this Sabrina Ionescu. Buchers is coming. These girls got a lot of pup. Like Buchers was looked at as the LeBron James of her time, of her like little high school time. So in Sabrina Ionescu, the same thing. Like she broke all the NCAA records
before she even got into the WNBA.
We talked about that time on
Yeah.
the show. I talked about how she like is leading the men and the women NCAA in like I think points and rebounds.
Yeah.
Like she's nobody in the NCAA is touching her records, men or women. So she's obviously like a phenom just coming off of college, and now that she's in the league, I mean, she's the youngest WNBA player to reach
Triple-double?
Yeah, triple-double, yeah. So she's obviously just breaking records. Asia Wilson's nice.
She's a problem.
She's the reigning MVP of the league.
South Carolina.
So-
a dog.
Yeah, it's just a sidebar for fact. John Morant's from South Carolina, just to say that. I don't know if you knew that.
I know that.
Did you know that?
John Morant's from South Carolina. Zion Wilson's from South
Yeah, them
Carolina.
boys play with
Asia
Zion.
Wilson's
They was on the same AAU team. Them boys was
Exactly. Why are we doing this? DeAndre Hopkins from South Carolina. We got dogs out of South Carolina. Like,
All right,
get
bro.
hype. I'm trying to keep it low key.
South Carolina.
Listen, we
South
got
Carolina,
dogs in South
listen,
Carolina.
Listen, okay, that's fine.
We got
Who else
dogs.
y'all got from South Carolina? Y'all got who y'all got from South Carolina? Who else? We was talking about the last show. Who? Your man that
What you
dropped
mean?
that dropped 1 point out of the 82. What's y'all
Hey,
got
man,
him
like
too?
the-
Tommy Brown.
Listen, but we still got Middleton. Middleton from South Carolina too, from the Bucks. What's up? Buzzer beater. What's up, man? We can go all day.
This year.
Jermaine O'Neal. We got Kevin Garnett. Like, we got cats, man. No, don't make me. We got bars.
Chris
all right?
Paul, Curry. I ain't even gonna talk about North Carolina, but it's
North Carolina doesn't count, bro. Like, that's a different. The water's different in North Carolina. Like, it's just different.
Anyway, so back to this.
Yeah,
so
back to it. I'm sorry.
WNBA, definitely on and popping this year. A lot of great moments and just I think the only people that are undefeated, right? Well, I think of the Liberty. I think the
And that's
Liberty.
Sabrina Nesbitt.
Yeah. I think Connecticut. I don't know. Don't quote me. But I'm definitely happy to see the college girls that I was looking forward from the tournament balling right now in the WNBA. So I'm like, it's like, I think that's what I'm saying. I think that with the WNBA and the NCAA for women's, they should make it when it's one and done, because you be looking for these players from the tournament to be in the WNBA, and that would help them in viewership. Like, you're looking for, Paige Bookers, you're looking for, DJ Nick Carrington from the tournament. You're like, yo, where they at? You gotta wait 4 years to see them in the WNBA.
I mean, the only difference between the guys' game and the girls' game is the rules. Like, the rules.
And it's
about
corny.
coming
It's
out.
not fair. It should be the same across the board. If it's one and done for men, it should be one and done for women's, period. What is the difference?
Because they're so okay. I'm gonna say this, and I'm not trying to be.
But if they're ready, then they're ready. If they're not, then they're not.
I'm not saying.
That's why I ain't saying nothing.
Girls, like some of the girls that play in WNBA, they have to work a regular job.
That's just so you're saying that prepares them for the real world.
They have to get that degree because
they gotta get that degree. Well, here's the thing: if that's their choice and that's their choice, don't make it so they have to.
Right.
If they choose to stay in school and get a degree, that's their choice.
But
like the guys.
Isn't that irresponsible knowing
But
that?
that's on them. If they listen, why is it different? If they feel like they're good enough and want to play in WNBA right after one and done of college, that's their choice on prerogative. Why are you worrying about the guys and their careers and what they got going?
We try to, and that's why they implemented the rule where you have to play a year. Remember, it was 2 years or whatever. They implemented those rules, but there's so much more opportunity. Like, if you're a guy and you play ball, like you play hoops, like you can play your college years, get your degree, and then go overseas. If you're not good
women
at
can too. Women go overseas.
But it's not the same amount of money.
It's not the same, but at the same time, I just feel like the option should be mine. You shouldn't tell me that I need to do this because it's not the whatever it is. It's still my life. I'm the captain of my own universe, and if I want to go play the WNBA, and what if I don't like college? I don't like the books. I don't want to study. I just want to play ball. Period. I'm okay with working a regular little job. That's fine. You know what I mean? Like
200,000 on post.
No, here's the thing.
200,000 is the top salary.
The salary is such a grave difference. We know that, and that's fine. But the thing about it is just don't limit me. Don't tell me what I have to do, but you're not telling the guys what they got to do. That's all I'm saying. Make it fair.
I back up. Okay, I'm not.
Yeah, because we're not being going to college
right.
now.
I agree. Make it fair. Women's rights, men's rights.
Yeah, I was saying we're
That's
not
what
being
I'm
going
saying.
to college
So
now, man.
don't tell me I have to do anything because you think this is better for me. Whatever it is, it's just like we all don't. They're adults.
Yeah.
Make it fair. That's just make it fair. I see what you're saying, and I agree with it. But I'm saying make it fair.
And I'm gonna say this because my sister played a lot in college, so she played, really a real long time. Her jersey's retired next to Kevin Garnett's in South Carolina. So,
oh wow.
So I have a lot of experience with dealing. Like, we all thought my sister was going to go to the WNBA. We was like, but when my sister started breaking down the numbers to us, it behooved her. Like, her body was getting beat up in college. She's gonna get that top notch salary, that 200,000. That's still not enough to set you up for life. Like, the guy's money is so much more. Like, This one of the lowest guys on the team sometimes on the NBA
make
team
$1 million.
is making $1 million. Like,
no, I 1,000%
nutty.
agree, and I think I understand the rule, but at the same time, I just don't agree because it's just not fair.
It is not fair. You're right. What you got, Terrence? We didn't straight went past him.
Oh, I mean,
I was like, just, I don't even know. He's just like, I'm watching the Blazers.
No, I was just saying, like, man,
watching the Blazers and the Nuggets.
No, I was just saying, like she was saying, it's definitely not fair. Like, you know, with us, we're not even going to college anymore. We're going straight to the G League, and then we spend there development league, and then hopping right in the NBA. That's what a lot of high school players been doing. So, like you were saying, just need to make it, you know, fair across the board. Like, if I'm ready, I'm ready. It shouldn't be no, oh, this and that.
I'm gonna throw this out there, and I'm gonna let's get up off here. So this is like my follow-up question to that. So there's only 12 teams right now in the WNBA, opposed to the 32 that are in the NBA. So that means that there's only about 144 players roughly in the WNBA.
Yeah.
So out of all the people that play basketball in the world, 144 are the top-notch players in the world, right? The percentages of that are very, very low. Like, if you don't know, if you think that going to the NBA is like very, very rare, think about making it to the WNBA and making one of those decent salaries.
But all I'm saying is, if you're able to be in that pool where you could make it, and you're gonna be in, like, you know, in the draft, at least in the first round of the draft, then why not have the option to go if that's your elite enough? If you're not elite enough, stay in school. Just play for college and stay in school. But if you are elite enough, why can't you have the choice to go if you want to go?
I wasn't even going there with that, but I appreciate your confidence.
It's just, you know, it's
I know
just
it hits
kind of
you
like
hard. I know.
It's kind of like, don't tell me what I need to do.
CARM, the world is changing. Like, women are doing things that we've never seen women do before. And like, even the stuff that they're doing, like with the CBA, they're getting their own collective bargaining agreement, and they're going to have more money to be able to be made from other things outside of them hooping. Like, it's not just going to be about, oh, they can't sell tickets. Like, it's not that stuff. The way they were able to handcuff them to numbers, you're not going to be able to do that anymore, because the NBA is going to finally step in and do something about, like, the numbers, the being able to use the numbers thing. Oh, they don't have enough numbers. Okay, well, you push all these sorry ass teams out on the West Coast. Sometimes we don't want to see on our TV. Why don't you promote some of these girls' games that are actually good games? Like,
right, and don't put games on League Pass. Like, that annoys me so bad. Like, I seen the lineup for the NBA was like the one game was on CBS or something like that, and the other ones are on League Pass. I'm like, I understand it's the male playoffs going on, but there's other networks. Everything's on TNT right now. Play it on ESPN. Why are you playing it on League Pass?
Yeah, it's just it's a big thing. But I think
they would never do that for the guys, even if they don't. They play it on NBA TV at least.
Yeah.
Not League Pass. Like, why are you playing it on League Pass? Like, you know, no one's watching it on League Pass.
I don't even know anybody that's got League Pass.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, why can't you play it on ESPN if you're not playing? Like, you know, because the playoffs are on. All the players are on TNT. So what's up?
TNT. But some playoffs not on TNT. You know.
No, I know, but like still, but
no,
like say
NBA
one's on TNT or ESPN. Play it on ABC. Play it on CBS. They're all connected. ESPN is a part of ABC. So play it on ABC. Why not?
Yeah.
So you can play a rerun of Modern Family. Like, play the WNBA.
I feel you. So this is my thing. So I'm ending it on this. Last final statements. Final statements for the night. I'm gonna give you guys a bold statement, and then we're gonna go from there and deciding. We're gonna go from there and deciding the next show. All right. We didn't get around to talking about we didn't get around to talking about Spider and like what Spider's been doing for the Nuggets or whatever. So we didn't get around to talking about. So next week we're gonna talk about
the Jazz, right?
I'm sorry, the Jazz. I'm sorry, my bad, bud. The Jazz. We're gonna talk about the Jazz, and hopefully we'll have a little bit more information about that second round playoff. We'll have a couple games under our belt going into the next week. I also want to hit and get you guys' mindset and your thought process behind what we should be looking for the final. All right, for the Eastern Conference Final and Western Conference. So we'll kind of have a little bit of information about those series as well, because we'll have a couple games under our belt as far as that. What do you think we could throw in there as a cool little segment? And I'm putting this out there for the fans too. What do you guys think we could throw in there outside of who got the bag? And I want you guys to put it in the comments. It don't matter if we offer here or not, but I would like for you guys to throw that in the comments for us to like discuss amongst ourselves, and we'll let you guys do a vote or a poll about it on our Twitters. But you can see on the bottom, we're on a new network, but it's the same old show.
Yep. So we're very excited about a new network, our new name. Still the same team, still the same flow. We're still talking that real, talking that culture. So look for us the same. You know, it's a new night too. We're not Fridays anymore.
Yeah,
but
people outside now. So
right. So now we outside with it. So rock with us. We're here. And, you know, we're going to have that good for you. We always do. So we're going to say the same. So keep watching us. We appreciate y'all.
We do. What you got, Terrence?
And definitely, man, like you were saying, with the give us a segment to talk about. You know, if it was me, I really just want to, you know, rant. I just want to have a segment where I rant about something I ain't feeling in sports, or you know,
Terrence, you
anything in America, anything to talk about you're not feeling. I feel like it should be a rant. Like we just go in on a situation or a person we ain't feeling or something like that. But I mean, that's up to us, and I mean, we'll be looking into the comments to see what we should be talking about. But yeah, definitely, you know, check us out on Thursdays. You know, hit that subscribe button, that like button. We back.
We are back.
We out here.
All right, y'all.
All right, y'all. Thanks for sticking with us.
Till next time. Deuces.
Later.